This example is similar to the prior one in that we want to simplify an algebraic expression that has these two sets of parentheses. However, there's one thing that is different in this problem that I really wanted to highlight, so I added another example. So what I'll do, in order to combine like terms, I have to get rid of these parentheses, and in order to get rid of these parentheses, I have to apply the distributive property. And what the distributive property tells me is that 2 times 3x minus y is the same as 6x minus 2y. In other words, I can take this 2 and distribute it into these parentheses. I can do the same thing over here. A common mistake is to think about it as it's the 3 that you're distributing, but really you're not. You're distributing a negative 3. So it's negative 3 that I want to distribute into these parentheses, and that was the subtlety that I really wanted to illustrate with this example. So if I take negative 3 and multiply that by 5y, I get negative 15y. And if I take negative 3 and multiply that by negative 2, I get positive 6x. The most common mistake on this problem is to leave this as negative 6x. But it's not. It's positive 6x because negative 3 times negative 2x is positive 6x. At this stage, you might be able to combine like terms. However, I'm going to show one additional step, the step that I've been showing of commutativity. I'm adding together 4 terms. That's the same as, instead of adding 6x plus negative 2y plus negative 15y plus 6x, I can think about that as 6x plus negative 2y plus negative 15y, which is what I have written here. So this is the commutative property. And the reason I applied the commutative property is because now it's a little bit easier to see how to combine like terms. You could probably say 6x plus 6x is 12x, and negative 2y minus 15y is negative 17y. When you get good at these, you'll just add or subtract the coefficients. However, the reason that works is we're applying the distributive property in reverse. Really what we're doing is we're saying 6x plus 6x is the same as 6 plus 6, x, if we apply the distributive property in reverse. In other words, if you applied the distributive property on this, you get back up to 6x plus 6x. Similarly, I can think of negative 2y minus 15y as negative 2 minus 15y. So this is the distributive property. And again, it's backwards, or at least backwards of what I think of when I think of the distributive property. And that takes me to this form, and now I can see 6 plus 6 is 12, so I have 12x. And negative 2 minus 15 is negative 17. And if I want to add negative 17y, that's the same as subtracting 17y. So if you simplify this algebraic expression, you get 12x minus 17y.